Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Irony Podcast. I am your host, the Satirical Joker, and I'm joined here once again by the host with the most, the triangular-shaped human, Triangulus.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
And we're also joined by our fellow co-host, the offspring B-Tech version of the shop Lidl and Aldi, Little Abdi.
Logan gamers.
Log 115.
And I officially quit because someone just used Roadman dialect.
Korean Billy.
You used Roadman dialect and you're not even from Britain.
I am though.
Triangulus is not from Britain.
Oh,
You do not deserve to use those terminologies, child.
You can thank Memulus for teaching me that.
Memulus, I hate you. Get hit by a metro in Whitley Bay.
I used to watch him a while ago, so that's how I learned it.
Right. Anyways, due to our very short podcast topic list, because let's be honest, there's no real drama going on apart from the KSI situation, which is very meme quality.
There's actually
We've decided
we didn't add because it was kind of
Like,
just happened pretty much.
yeah.
The Logan Paul PETA thing.
The rat.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that was just. Also, I just want to point this right now. The YouTube's official response is they've officially temporarily suspended all monetization rights for Logan Paul's channel.
Thank
That's the
Christ.
official YouTube response.
Oh, also, Casey Neistat on Monday. He's uploading a full interview with one of the CEO. No, not the CEO. The business manager, I think, of YouTube.
Ooh.
He asked.
This
if he can ask
automatically
any questions.
automatically seems biased. This
No,
video.
no, no. He asked the guy if he can ask any questions, and then he said, yeah, you can ask whatever you want.
I don't trust Casey Neistat for shit because CNN and Hillary
Oh.
Clinton.
But
Yeah, I agree.
I don't trust him.
CNN shut
Is
down Beam, so
in my opinion, his credibility is officially gone. Where he openly supported Hillary Clinton and then sold
Oh.
his app to CNN. Your
Yeah.
credibility sort of goes away when you essentially offer yourself to CNN.
Yeah.
With the Hillary Clinton part, I could definitely see where you're coming from. Because
Now, in case people are wondering, I am not pro-Trump. I am not pro-Hillary. I agree with Trump's border policies. Well, I agree with some of Trump's policies. Some of them I don't.
Yeah.
But but if we get too political, our entire channel will be shut down by YouTube for Hammer of God.
YouTube.
Quite
broadcast
literally.
Yourself.
YouTube, broadcast yourself. YouTube, kill yourself. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum.
Droid pods. Oh shit.
Right, now then. We were supposed to originally start the podcast off with me doing the shitty meme intro and then we go into our first topic, but that got way out of hand, hasn't it?
hmm
Right. So, let's try and get back on track. And the first topic, since it's 2018, we're a month and a bit in now, and so I think it's only right that
More
we...
like 3 minutes in, actually.
You shush. I will
Okay,
slap
same.
you so hard you will
Please.
cry.
Please do. I want my entire face gone.
Okay, I'll do that later.
Oh.
Right. The first... when you actually want to be amused and you expect me to take that and not laugh. Right. Okay. The first topic is top 10 games of 2017. I just want to say this right now. The number one spot is completely biased, but it is well within my right to give it the top one spot. And I got lazy and I didn't fully write the paragraph for spot 2 and 3, but you get them. Anyways. In the number 10 spot for one of the best games of 2017 is Life is Strange Before the Storm. The game is essentially a prequel to the well-done Life is Strange game originally released back in 2015. The prequel essentially has you playing as Chloe, the protagonist from Life is Strange, the original one, best friend Mac, and essentially in the game you essentially learn more about the events that led up to Life is Strange, with the disappearance of Rachel Amber, David Madsen and Chloe's relationship, and the drug dealer Frank Bauer, who you don't really care about in the Life is Strange. Well, I didn't, anyways. But yes, in my opinion, it's a good prequel, and it does draw you into completing it, just like Life is Strange, and it is definitely shows what game developers should strive to achieve when they make a story-based game. Now, in the ninth spot is You Child.
Sorry.
I am being a complete little dickhead, right? Because I'm not letting you talk about Life is Strange, because we will be here all day.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Anyways, number 9 on the list is Star Trek Bridge Crew VR. Now, with the introduction of a lot of VR games from the end of 2016 and throughout of 2017, it is without doubt one of the better, well-made ones. Now, that could possibly be from it being made by an actual game company that has the money to actually back up the project, because it was developed by Ubisoft. However, as we all know, no matter what game company makes it, movie license and TV license games tend to be extremely shit. However, Star Trek Bridge Crew is not. It's honestly a well-made game, good use of VR, and is definitely what VR games should strive to achieve as, because it's very stable. You can expect a couple of minor crashes, but in all honesty, it's what a VR game should be. It should be well-made, good visual graphics, and it shouldn't crash on about a 2-minute basis, and it also shouldn't have microtransactions shoved in your face, just like a similar VR game, which I'm not going to mention. And I can't believe I added this to the list, but I have a good reason to. Call of Duty World War II. I never thought I would utter those words. Ever. Now, the reason this is number 8 on the list is because it shows that Activision actually listened to their fan base and went back to the old school Call of Duty that many people wanted. That's the only reason it's on the list. That, and the single player campaign was good, and online, well, I'm not going to talk about PCs online, like at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, also the reason it's not higher because the loot box system, but it's not as bad as in other games. I'm not going to mention that game's name until the next podcast.
Here's
Alright, number 7.
I was about to say,
Child.
here's a hint, but I wasn't sure if you were talking about. Let's call it.
Can't spell Steel without EA. That'll be the hint. You can't spell Steel without EA. That's the hint. That's the hint. Of course, it's the biggest controversy of 2017 gaming, most likely. Anyways, number 7 is Wolfenstein-the New Colossus. It's number 7 on the list most because it won a Game of the Year award for being the best action game, and most because it has improved gameplay, has good AI fixes to it, has bigger levels, improved art design. The weapons look more realistic to what you would expect in World War II Nazi Germany type of stuff, and the music track as well also boosts it up. However, though, it could be higher on the list if they were to tweak out the issues with weapon customization and increasing the actual story length of it to be at least 15 hours minimum. If they do that, it could definitely be higher up on the list. Now, number 6 and 5, I had quite a debate whether or not where to rank them, but in number 6 spot is PlayerUnknown Battleground. Mostly because of the Xbox One release, the increasingly high amount of Chinese hackers, and yes, specifically Chinese hackers, as multiple studies have shown, just like Keemstar has said, I actually checked that, and yes, mass majority of hackers in video games are Chinese. We shouldn't really be surprised.
One
to be fair.
thing, it can barely run on PC.
No, compared to Xbox One, the PC
Oh.
is working perfectly fine. An Xbox One X, it's meant to run at 60 FPS. Day one, it couldn't even run at 30 FPS. It went down to a low as 3 FPS. On the Xbox One X, which is 4K and 60 FPS 1080p, how can you, not function? So that's
Wait.
why it's 6 on the list.
Does the Xbox One X run other games at 4K?
Yes, it runs games at 4K. Here's the thing. They especially licensed it as an Xbox One X, specifically for the Xbox One X, and it couldn't even run
I know.
on the Xbox One X at 60 FPS or 4K.
Yeah.
Right, that's the reason it's 6. Number 5 is its competitor, Fortnite Battle Royale, mostly because 1, it's free, 2, it's more fun, 3, it can actually run properly, 4, there's hackers on it, but let's be honest, the hackers are shit and they can easily be killed, unlike on PUBG where you can't kill the hackers, and 5, you can actually make your own little custom structures to essentially be a little faggot and spawn and essentially camp and kill your enemies.
Mining away. I don't know.
Also, not to mention, as far as I'm aware, Battle Royale hasn't had any shady business practices, except for the incident where they accidentally enabled cross-play platform. Apart from that was the only issue that they've had.
Oh, crossplay
Yeah,
still
but-
works, mate.
It doesn't. It really rarely works now. They
I
have
just
to
played
flip
with
it
my
quick.
friend today on PS4, and I was on PC.
Extremely rare. Well, PC. Well, it's fucking PC. What do you expect? You can get a bit of leeway with that. But specifically, Xbox One and PS4, it's extremely
Oh.
rare.
Oh, there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, fuck your PC. Number 4 is it definitely deserves its spot on the list. Cuphead. The reason it's this high on the list is because, for it being a simple cartoon-styled game, the local co-op. But here's the thing: the reason it's so high is because the game is challenging, which is what people sometimes want in video games, and not to mention the fact that the visuals are amazing for how basic they are, and the soundtrack's amazing, and the gameplay itself is overall really good. It would have been lower on the list if they nerfed the game even more than they already have.
Yeah.
Nerf the game will only be 10th on the list. And number 3, Super Mario Odyssey. I can't even pronounce that. Odyssey or some whatever the Nintendo Switch Super Mario Odyssey game was. It's on the list mostly because if you don't have it on the list, you'll be crucified at the stake. And not to mention, it's an okay game. Number 2, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Same reason, Nintendo Switch release. It's a good game. Good. All around. And I want people to, I'm going on record saying I'm not copying Angry Joe's list because number 1 game of 2017 is the Uncharted collection. I'm saying collection because to experience the full tale of Uncharted 1, 2, 3 and 4 and the 5th game, you want to experience it properly. If you just play Uncharted 1, then go to Uncharted 4, 2 and 3 stories you miss and you don't really experience it properly, but the 5th installment of the game goes away from the main character you played in 1, 2, 3 and 4. Nathan Drake is no longer in Uncharted 5, which goes by the name of Uncharted The Lost Legacy. It was originally meant to be released as DLC for Uncharted for A Thief's End, but decided to make it a completely different game just to break in more revenue, and not to mention it takes on Nathan Drake's former companion, Chloe, whose second name I've forgot completely because I haven't played Uncharted in ages. But the graphics are there. It's a good puzzle game. It rivals Tomb Raider. The graphics are amazing. Gameplay is perfect, and the music is all around there. And that's the top 10 list of 2017. Feel free to crucify me in the comment section below.
Alright. To be honest, I completely forgot about my list almost, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna script it, and not scripted, but I'm just gonna go unscripted, and it's not gonna be games from 2017 because the only 2017 game I got to play was Before the Storm, so it's just gonna be in general. Alright, so I'm gonna have to say probably Pokemon Sapphire? Yes, I did just say Pokemon. I am a man-child, even though I'm not even a man. I'm a teenager. But yeah, I like Pokemon Sapphire. Well, not just because, well, let's be honest, it was the first game I've ever played, really. But, I like it because, well, you got a lot of really cool Pokemon, like, my favorite being Kyogre, and the gym leaders and the champions are really hard, especially the champion. Especially, like, I remember when I was a little kid, and, anyways, so...
Can you please stop? Like, you asked me to stop you when you were getting very nostalgic, so please stop.
Yeah, I thought... Yeah, I'm gonna... Fuck. Alright, so... Next game, Doom. Now, you guys might be wondering, is it the original, or is it the 2016? It's the 2016, honestly. I just love this game so much. It's like... It like, perfectly, like, encapsulates, or, encaptures, or whatever the word is, the feel of the original game, while also being, I'd say, 10 times more violent. And the glory kills and everything, it's like, oh. It's amazing to watch, really. And to play, of course. Okay. And... what else? Oh. Ooh. I'm gonna have to say Life is Strange Before a Storm, and basically for the same reasons that Sat said. So, yeah. And... of course, I'm gonna have to throw this one in. Probably Pokemon either Platinum or Soul Silver. They're kind of tied. I like them both because, well, it's. I just realized it's kind of the same reason why I like Sapphire in a way. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all I can really think of for now, to be honest. Oh, wait, no. Watch Dogs 2. Okay. Yeah,
Out, no, out. Don't you dare utter Watch Dogs' name ever.
Watch Dogs 3, anyone?
Triangulus, remove. Alright. As of now, I'm officially taking over this podcast, and we're going to be moving on to our next topics.
No.
One of which is the...
Just
oh,
kidding.
for God's sake, he figured it out. And you can't even mute the owner on his own server.
Okay, let's move on now.
Right. Moving on to the actual topic list. And in case you're wondering, yes, those lists were meant to be filler. And we accomplished that. Somehow. Right. First topic of the day is KSI versus Joella. I called the match. I called it. And I could have won a lot of money if my friends weren't a bunch of pussies and pulled the bets.
Honestly,
It was obvious KSI was going to win because Joe, he had his knee injury, so that means he had to focus on cardio to get his knee in working condition.
yeah.
But here's the thing, KSI didn't have that disadvantage. He could easily work on punches and being able to take punches, which he was able to. Here's the thing, Joella even had the chance to back out, which, credit to the man, he didn't, because let's be honest, even if it was training, KSI knocked the living shit out of the training partner. Alright? He went fucking down.
Oh god.
So dead cheat, right. Good job on trying to get Joella to pussy out of the last minute. Good job. But it is as of right now, I believe the KSI versus Joella live stream on KSI's channel is apparently has the third most reoccurring views in all of live stream history. Reoccurring as in like 1 million people are constantly watching.
Jeez.
Also, supposedly, I watched Joe's video, and he said it was one of the largest white-collar boxing matches of all time. Or
That
something
is
like that.
definitely, that you can't argue with that. It most likely was.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this right now. Logan Paul and Jake Paul, you're a bunch of fucking pussies.
I was talking, but okay.
I don't care.
Well, fine, I guess.
What are you going to do about it? Huh? What are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do about it, Keemstar? You're going to bitch and moan on your Twitter and make a rant video on me. Make a little Twitter video and cry and complain. Oh, I'm the right known as Keemstar. Colossal hurt my feelings.
And then do it so much that you legit get banned for it. Or not banned, but suspended.
Nah, boy, you'd get the one. Man, you'd be the one being suspended for harassment. No, but I'm serious right now. Jake Paul, straight up bitch. He's a straight up pussy. There's no way about it. Calling KSI irrelevant, mispronouncing his name multiple times. Your form was shit. And here's the thing. KSI said it best. The reason you have more monthly views than him is because you upload on a daily basis. He doesn't. KSI is right. If he was to upload on a daily basis, he would fucking smash you in view-wise. Also, unless I'm mistaken, he has 17 million subscribers, Jakey. You have at least 11 max. You're fucking shit. You're talking about relevancy. KSI's live stream with Joella had 1 million views for the actual fight. If that is him being irrelevant, I want you to do a live stream and have more than 1 million viewers. Do I know why? Because if you actually can, it'll prove you're more relevant. But here's the thing. People who would tune into our live stream kill themselves. Do I know why?
Why?
Because they know for a fact that if they were to watch you live, they would see you for the weird individual. Yeah, I don't even know where the fuck I'm going with this, to be honest. I'm just going on a rant. Like, I'm getting so close to my fucking phone, it's actually unbelievable. I don't know what I was going with that. But yeah, but both of them are pussies, especially Jake Paul for saying, "Oh yeah, my dad will fight you." Like, bruh, no, just no. Your dad would get dropped immediately. He's like, how old is he? Like 50 or something? Against what? A young person who is clearly fit as fuck. he would knock you out immediately.
Yeah.
But yes, unless you just have anything to add.
To be honest, at first I thought Joe Weller was gonna win, but yeah, I was pretty much just thinking that because KSI is kind of the bigger dude, so I thought that Joe Weller would have the whole speed advantage, but yeah.
You completely forgot about his knee, didn't you?
What?
How could he have the speed advantage if he has a bummed knee?
Yeah, that. I didn't know about the knee, so.
Are you serious right now? At the bloody upload event when this was all planned, he even called his knee out by saying, "Can you do squats?"
Oh, I must have missed that part then.
You missed a meme part of a live event.
Yeah. I think. Anyways.
I don't want to be a part of this podcast anymore.
Anyways.
I refuse to work with you. You are cringe and you don't know good memes. Can you please no ear rape? Thank you.
Yep.
Good child. Now fuck off.
Child. I'm a grown man. Okay, anyways.
I'm pretty sure I'm younger than you and I'm more mature than you.
Probably, actually. To be honest.
Most definitely. Most definitely, loud out.
Alright.
Right.
So, let's move on.
The G Fuel lawsuit.
Oh, gee. Yeah, so, basically, apparently G Fuel can cause cancer. I'm not
I think
I'm not
from the articles that I've read, it's mostly because it contains more lead than the necessary safety amount, and that can increase the chances of developing cancer. G Fuel would have willingly sold products because they would have to have tested them. They willingly sold the products knowing most likely that it was above the safety, so they are liable to be sued.
And there was some guy. This was a while back, but his friend gave him some, and he got hospitalized, and he had something wrong with him.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm almost not surprised that G Fuel causes cancer, considering the people that promote it are usually cancer. So it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah.
Like, well, I wouldn't say Keemstar has cancer as he used to be, but yeah. Alright.
10-year-old boy hospitalized after drinking too much G Fuel. This was back in June of 2016.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah. I'm looking up some more stuff.
That must. Yeah.
For God's sake, I opened up Reddit and the first comment I see on this is, "I've been injecting G Fuel into my penis." Oh, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Oh, I'm screenshotting this now if you do not believe me.
Oh God, help us.
Oh, I'm post. They legitimately said that. You know for a fact it's a troll, but I mean, come on. I think this has got the most points as well. Yeah, it has the most points. Oh God. Oh, if you want some memes as well, I found a good meme one.
Alright.
You know how I would always use code something for 10% off.
Use code,
Use code LED.
oh my God.
Use code lead poisoning.
Use code phase, promotes this shit for
Yeah, you use code
99% off.
FaZe Dank.
Stop now! I demand it.
Oh, for God's sake, I love you, Reddit, so much. Please have my babies. Oh, Reddit is just like a glorious place where I just spend all my time now.
Can I just say this real quick? I'm gonna try and do no fuckers impression.
Oh God, no.
Here we go.
I cannot do no fuckers when he's laughing.
No, you cannot.
I mean, I can kind of do this intro, but we're getting way too off topic. So yeah.
I just want to point this out right now to everyone listening. We've essentially reached the end of our podcast list. We were going to originally talk about the Slenderman trailer, but unless you want to.
I don't know anything about it. I remember watching it, but then I don't remember anything that's worth talking about.
And you just openly admitted that our podcast is shoddily run. Good job.
No problem.
I mean, the trailer is completely unremarkable, I'd say. I mean,
It's not really scary at all.
it kind of just follows the same tropes that most horror movie trailers do, I think. So
I found it okay, but too cliche, really.
I mean,
No, I mentioned I just want to say this right now. You're like 4 years too late for the movie.
yeah.
If the movie was announced more around the time Slenderman was really popular, we possibly had the chance for it to be immortalized fully.
Yeah.
But that time has passed, unfortunately.
Honestly, I'm thinking that the movie's gonna be complete and utter garbage. But
I just want to see how they portray Slenderman, to be honest. That's what I just want to see.
Like, I'm hoping the movie can prove me wrong in a way.
I mean, hey, it could be like it. The
Yeah.
trailers were shit, but it ended up being a good horror film.
Yeah.
Well, good film. We make good horror, but but I don't think they're gonna pull it on us because, let's be honest, it was written by Stephen King, so
He's
it had
the king
a
of
good
horror,
chance.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that movie had more of a chance of success than compared to Slenderman. I will say this though, it has a chance, but
Just
I reckon it's gonna be cliched as fuck. Honestly,
yeah, like yeah.
because really, Slenderman. This is how they'll portray Slenderman as 7 foot tall if they include the tentacles. The tentacles abducts children, mentally controls them, and does weird centipede or insect-related stuff to their body, as shown in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the where the centipedes just come out of the eyes like.
It's like really cliche.
I have no eyes. Oh, I'm so scary. Oh, I'm possessed by Slenderman. I have no eyes. Fear me. Oh. Like, bitch, fuck off. I've seen more scarier things than fucking Slime Rancher.
To be honest, I've seen.
Like, that thing was that part was so shit. I was thinking, oh wow, fucking cliched much.
Yeah. Let's be honest. I've seen more scarier things in like freaking Super Mario Bros. So
To be fair, that I'm not gonna really debate that or argue that point. I've seen scarier stuff on Destiny, for God's sake. No, to be fair, I have seen some scary stuff on Destiny.
Yeah.
Just like the fact where you turn around and you see this massive ogre just turn around saying, "Oh, shit! You have been killed by a light 320 ogre." Oh yeah, that's clearly fair. I could clearly see the big fucking thing.
yeah.
Just like to say that has happened to me on 2 occasions. You try fighting against 3 bloody enemies enemy armies at the same time. And you tell me that you don't see the massive ogre that's somehow spawned behind you
Yeah.
in a very small space. I'm so kind of pissed off at that. Ooh, little icons.
Game Awards for 2017.
We've already done that, you spaz.
I know.
Like, why are you reading the empty topic list?
I don't
Like,
know.
we have nothing else to do. Like, that's it.
On the list, you just, for some reason, have Game Awards for 2017 there.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, because it was the games released in 2017, you spaz.
Yeah, true.
And in case you all realise, yes, I call him a spaz on a regular basis. His pet name is Cook.
Oh god.
It suits him very well.
And my pet name for him, even though I don't really call him that very much, is Jeff.
Yes, he calls me a very cringe meme when he could easily call me Jesus
I'm
Dibble.
ashamed to say it out loud, to be honest.
Do you not mind if I just server mute you?
Okay.
Okay, Triangulus has now just been server
I
muted.
have returned.
Triangulus has now been deafened and server muted, and he just.
You.
gonna go
I'm
on.
gonna lose my
Okay, we should
privileges.
probably-
I'm
We
fucked.
should probably end this before this gets too out of hand.
Why you fucking server muted me?
Wait, what?
You can't-
Wait, what?
Oh, no, we haven't. I thought you server muted me. Rip.
Yeah, we should probably
Oh.
end this before this gets too out of hand.
Yeah,
Make sure
we
he was
apologize.
recording.
Yeah, we apologize for the short podcast, and we will see you next time, where we hopefully will have a list which is longer than 4 fucking topics. Oh god, this was a complete bad idea. This is like legitimately probably our short.